Bro, they really looked at your patience and thought it was an inability to fight back. They looked at your silence and genuinely mistook it for fear. They took your endless capacity to forgive, your willingness to compromise, and your genuine, authentic kindness, and they had the absolute audacity to label it as a weakness. They thought you were soft. They thought you were pliable. They looked at you and genuinely believed that you were just some background character, a compliant NPC in their little low vibrational game, someone they could use, disrespect, and walk all over without ever facing any real consequences. And for a little while, you let them believe it. You played nice, you gave them the benefit of the doubt. But what they completely failed to realize, the massive, fatal miscalculation that is currently tearing their ego apart, is that your kindness was never a default setting. Your kindness was a conscious choice. It was a gift, and the moment they pushed you too far, the moment they crossed that final invisible line, you didn't just take the gift back. You revealed the absolute terrifying dark side of your aura, and now they are literally traumatized by the monster they accidentally woke up. Today, we are going deep into the psychology of the dark side awakening. We are going to unpack exactly why manipulative people target the kindest individuals and why the sudden, cold, ruthless detachment of a genuinely good person is the most psychologically devastating force in the entire universe. We are talking about the exact moment you stopped playing their game, leveled up your entire existence, and left them completely spiraling in the dark. Let's get one thing straight right now. People who operate on a low frequency, people who are toxic, manipulative, and deeply insecure do not understand high-tier empathy. Their brains literally cannot process it. When they see someone who is forgiving, accommodating, and peaceful, they don't see a strong character. They see an exploit. They see a bug in the system that they can hack for their own benefit. They operate purely on a predator and prey mindset. If you aren't actively attacking them, they assume you are weak enough to be attacked. So, they started testing the waters. They dropped a little disrespectful comment wrapped in a joke, just to see if you would swallow it. You laughed it off, trying to keep the peace. They pushed a boundary, just a few inches to the left. You adjusted because you didn't want to cause drama. In their delusional minds, every time you forgave them, every time you chose peace over conflict, they registered it as a massive victory for their own ego. They thought they were taming you. But here is the beautiful, terrifying secret about people like you. Your silence is never empty. It is always taking notes. You weren't ignoring their disrespect. You were archiving it. You were quietly gathering data, analyzing their patterns, and watching their true character reveal itself. They thought they were playing you, but you were actually letting them dig their own grave, handing them a bigger shovel every single time they lied to your face. They thought your lack of a reaction meant you were clueless. They had absolutely no idea that under that calm, polite exterior, you were slowly, methodically detaching your emotions from their existence. And then the shift happened. It wasn't an explosion. It wasn't a screaming match. It was the quietest, most lethal shift in human consciousness. You didn't just change your mood, bro. You went into the back end of your own mind and completely rewrote the source code. You permanently uninstalled the people-pleasing program. You deleted the need for their validation. You upgraded your mental hardware to a level they simply cannot process. The next time they tried their usual manipulation tactics, the next time they tried to gaslight you, guilt, trip you, or push that familiar button that usually makes you bend, they hit a brick wall. You didn't smile to ease the tension. You didn't apologize. You just looked at them. You gave them that dead, hollow, absolute, zero stare. You looked right through their physical body and stared directly into their massive insecurities. You didn't raise your voice, but the atmospheric pressure in the room literally dropped. You revealed the dark side. But let's be very clear about what the dark side actually is. It is not toxicity. It is not revenge. It is not stooping to their pathetic, miserable level. Your dark side is absolute, ruthless, uncompromising boundaries. It is the sudden, terrifying realization that you are capable of completely erasing someone from your reality without shedding a single tear. It is the cold, calculated execution of your own self-respect. You showed them that the same heart that loved them unconditionally is also capable of freezing them out for all of eternity. You showed them that you don't need them to survive, and more importantly, you don't even want them around anymore. Bro, you have no idea the level of psychological trauma this inflicts on a narcissist or a manipulator. It literally breaks their brain. It is a massive, unrecoverable glitch in their matrix. They spent months, maybe years, building this comfortable illusion where they were the center of your universe. They thought they held all the power. And in one single, quiet moment, you completely shattered their reality. You took the crown off their head and crushed it under your foot without even breaking a sweat. Right now, they are traumatized. And I use that word literally. They are experiencing a genuine ego death, because when you walked away with that cold, dark energy, you didn't just leave them. You left them with the terrifying realization of who they actually are. Without your kindness to cushion their toxic behavior, they are forced to look in the mirror. They are forced to sit in the silent, empty room of their own mind and realize that they just fumbled the most high-value, authentic person they will ever meet in their entire pathetic lives. They are scrambling right now. Their panic is actually hilarious if you look at it from a distance. They are trying to figure out who this new version of you is. They are going to mutual friends, trying to paint you as the villain. They are saying things like, "I don't even know who they are anymore." Or they change so much, they are so cold now. They are terrified because the person they used to bully and manipulate is officially dead, and the entity that replaced them is completely untouchable. They are throwing rocks at a fortress that they used to have the keys to. They will try to bait you. They will try to poke the bear just to see if they can get a reaction out of you, just to prove to themselves that they still have some lingering effect on your nervous system. They will send the random text. They will post the subliminal quote. Do not give them a single pixel of your attention. Do not react. Do not explain your new boundaries. A lion does not explain to the hyenas why it suddenly decided to stop sharing its food. It just eats. Your new aura is literally terrifying to them because it is completely 100% self-sustaining. Look at it from their twisted perspective for a second. Toxic manipulators are essentially emotional vampires. They survive by attaching themselves to your light, draining your empathy, and feeding off your reactions. But the moment you finally cut the cord, you didn't just walk away. You completely shut down the entire power grid they were desperately plugged into. You don't need their chaotic energy to feel alive anymore. You don't need their fake breadcrumb approval to feel validated. You don't even need their company to avoid feeling lonely. Because you finally realized that sitting entirely alone in absolute, silent peace is a billion times more luxurious than sitting in a crowded room full of fake smiles and hidden agendas. You have tapped into a frequency of absolute, untouchable independence. And bro, let me tell you, that frequency is literally deafening to them. It is a high-level vibration of pure self-respect that absolutely shatters their fragile little egos. You finally took a step back and looked at the massive, catastrophic amount of energy you used to waste on them. Think about all those sleepless nights. Think about all the long paragraphs you typed out, deleted and retyped. You took all of that pure, raw, high-tier energy that you used to throw down the drain trying to fix people who didn't want to be fixed, trying to heal people who were deeply obsessed with their own sickness, and trying to mathematically prove your value to people who were entirely committed to misunderstanding you. And you made the most ruthless, profitable pivot of your entire life. You took every single drop of that wasted power, and you redirected it entirely, unapologetically, into your own massive expansion. You poured it straight into your mind, your physical frame, your finances, and your ironclad boundaries. You are no longer playing their low-level, glitchy 8-bit drama game. You are running on absolute maximum settings now. Your mindset is completely bulletproof. Your detachment is lethal. You are operating at a 4K ultra, high-definition resolution that their unevolved, small-minded brains can't even begin to process, let alone dream of. You became the sole architect of your own reality, and you permanently locked them outside the gates. You are hitting the gym with a dark, silent intensity, building a physical frame that matches your mental fortress. You are diving into your goals, your finances, your education, and your empire. You are cultivating a life of absolute luxury, peace, and high vibrational success. You are networking with people who actually speak your language. People who don't need to be taught how to respect you because they already operate at that high tier. And the absolute best part, the most devastating, soul-crushing reality for them. They have to sit on the sidelines and watch you do it. They have to watch the person they treated like a peasant slowly build a kingdom. They have to watch you become everything they are secretly terrified they will never be. They will stalk your pages. They will hear your name in rooms they aren't invited to. They will see you glowing, expanding, and dominating your reality. And every single time they see your face, they will be violently reminded of the massive, catastrophic mistake they made when they mistook your kindness for weakness. You didn't ask for this war. You didn't want to have to tap into this dark, ruthless energy. You gave them every opportunity to just be decent, respectful human beings. But they chose to play games. They chose to test you. So you gave them the exact test results they asked for, and they failed miserably. Never feel guilty for the coldness you had to develop to protect your own soul. Never apologize for the boundaries that keep you safe. Your kindness is a highly exclusive currency now, and it is only reserved for people who actually know how to value it. For everyone else, they get the absolute freezing void, they get the dark side. Let them be traumatized. Let them sit in their regret. Let them tell their little fake stories to whoever will listen. You have completely outgrown their entire dimension. You are playing a different game now, and they aren't even allowed in the lobby. Keep your head down, keep your circle brutally small, keep your energy protected behind massive iron walls. Let your sheer, undeniable success be the only noise they ever hear from you.